All right, in this video, I'm going to share with you my stress-free content strategy that we're using to hit $1 million in this business using YouTube, organic YouTube, no ads, no Facebook ads, no YouTube ads. This is all organic. And a lot of times people think that, well, you got to spend hours every single week on content. I didn't want to have to do that. I'm going to share a story with you on how this strategy was born and how it has allowed me to do multiple 6 and 7 figures now since I've started using this. So, if you don't have time or just don't feel like recording or spending 6 hours a week editing videos, this is going to change the game for you. Here's the big thing. Consistency. Consistency is key. And that is the big takeaway here I want you to realize. And I'm going to share a quick story with you. Back in 2014, I started a podcast and a YouTube channel for another business. It was called Brand Creators. I committed to 3 days per week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I did that for 9 years. And that did several 7-figure years just from that. Now, to be honest, it was exhausting and I did get burnt out a little bit. My health started to take a little bit of a hit, and my wife said, we got to figure something out here. And so I did. And then I asked myself, how can I still create 3 videos a week and not get burnt out? So I'm sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, okay, how can I batch record? Everyone talks about batch recording, but I don't want to sit down and shoot 3 videos because then when I do that, I'm always still going to spend a lot of time because then I'm like starting and stopping, starting and stopping. You've probably done that. Is it just me, or have you like started a video and then you're like, I don't like the way that sounds. Let me do it again. And then you do it again. And then, I don't like the way that sounds. Just me? Let me know that in the comments. Is that something that you've done? Because I know I have, and it's crazy. It's terrible. So with that being said, I decided to go live every single week. And I was kind of already doing this, but I said, you know what? What if I could treat my live stream as a batch recording session? The difference is I'm going to have a live audience. Now, when you first start, you might have one person, you might have no one there. But when you click live, there's no start and stop. You have to keep going. Now, you can stop and then do a quick edit if you want to, but I like to pretend I can't. And this here, that one little unlock, it just changed everything for me. And I did that in my other business for 2 years and it worked great. I would show up for an hour, sometimes 90 minutes. Sometimes I'd go a little bit longer because I'd record an extra video in there, or I'd be engaging with the audience. So it's a great community builder as well. So we were able to take 1 hour and turn it into 3 to 4 videos. Yes, 3 to 4 videos from 1 hour, sometimes 90 minutes. All right. Now, I'm doing it again, building this channel, this business in live video school. Right now, we started to adopt that same strategy here because, to be honest with you, I started to feel that burnout again with this channel. And I'm like, wait a minute, what am I doing? So I decided to do that exact strategy. And I want to walk you through the 5 steps that we are using to use this strategy. So let's get into it. Number 1, we are creating the main topic for the live stream. The live stream has a main topic. So when you schedule that, we usually schedule it the morning of, and then that will have a main topic. That main topic is going to be a title that we also do research on to make sure that it's going to perform well. So we're always leading with the title. All right. But number 1 is we create the main topic of the live stream. The second thing we are doing is we're creating 2 to 3 subtopics, and we're using what we call outlier titles. These are titles that have been proven to work either for ourselves or for other creators. And all we're doing is we're modeling that. It could be one from a different niche. It could be within our niche. And then we're going to put our own spin on it. But outlier titles, that has been a huge game changer for us because now I know exactly what the video is going to be about. So remember, we are planning before we're going live and we're being strategic about it. Now, I mentioned outlier titles. They are extremely important. If you struggle with titles, a lot of people do, we did, but then what I did is I created a little cheat sheet. a little swipe copy where I'm able to go back and look at these outlier titles. And now we give them to our students and our clients. If you'd like to get 10 of our top performing titles, this way here you can kind of get started quicker. Just go ahead and put hooks in the comments down below, and I'll send you a copy of that swipe file. We also turned those into templates, and we gave you multiple examples showing how they're being used in multiple niches. If you want that, just put hooks in the comments down below, and we'll send you a copy. All right, moving on to the third part here, and that is we create the outline with bullets. I am not scripting these. This is off the cuff. I am not preparing other than I am looking at the bullets. Right now, I am at bullet number, well, in this sequence, number 3, creating the outline with bullets, 3 to 5. I have a little note there for me to talk about that. When you are prepared, now I don't have to think so much. I can just go, okay, I need to talk about that, and I need to share with the audience, you, what has to be done there. All right. So that's the third thing, is create that outline with bullets. The fourth thing, go live. This is where we are going to go live. And what we do is we pick the same day every single week. One thing I want to underscore here is, yes, we want to be consistent, but we also want to set a date and a time that you are going to be consistent. All right. You want to make sure that you pencil that in. No, ink that in. Put it in ink. All right. And that's the one thing, if I go back to 2014 that I did, I said every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And actually, we were posting at like 6 a.m. in the morning. We had them scheduled. And every single week, like clockwork, for 9 years, we did that. All right. Every single week. And now we're doing the same thing here with this channel, is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And generally, right now we're testing times, but we're right around 10 a.m. Eastern time. So know that when you are doing it, you are locked in. Again, for our live streams, right now we're doing Mondays at 4 p.m. Eastern time. It's like clockwork. We're going to show up. Whether anybody shows up or not, we're showing up because that's our recording day. All right. So moving on. Number 5. We're going to download the HD video, and we're going to do some simple edits. And the reason why I say HD video, when we're using a streaming service, we're using StreamYard. If you're interested in using StreamYard, we've got a link in the description. And yes, you'll buy us a cup of coffee, which would be nice. We love that coffee. But what we get to do now with a service like StreamYard is we're also recording this in high quality video. It's, if the internet becomes unstable, it might look unstable on the live stream, but behind the scenes, we're recording it on our computer. Zoom does a similar thing, but I have found that StreamYard gives a really, really high quality. They even do 4K. All right. So that's what we're doing there. Once we're done with that, we can now do some very simple edits. And if you look at any of our videos, this one right here, very simple edits. There's not a lot to it. Okay. So each video now, after we're done, is going to have its own packaging. It's going to have its own title, which we've already created, and it's going to have its own thumbnail. Now, that's a dedicated video. Now, because we were able to do this all in one batch, those videos are going to be their own individual assets. And yes, we're going to have a live stream that's going to be, I don't know, 60 minutes, 90 minutes. And then we're going to take that and we're going to let it ride. We're going to let that do its own thing. That's why we started with the main topic, going back to the beginning there. All right. So that's it. 1 hour is what we're spending, 1 week's worth of content for us. But if you're creating one video a week, you could literally get a month's worth done in an hour to 90 minutes. All right. So if you want to see this in action, if you want to see exactly what I'm talking about and how we do our starts and our stops, well, watch this video right here, because it's a full version of us doing a live stream, recording all of our videos for the week. Watch that video next, and I'll see you there.